what are the things that we must do in the new year? Do you write New Year's resolutions? Most people don't because they can't keep them. My New Year's resolution when I was a teenager was not to wear metal underwear in a lightning storm. I felt like that was one that I could always make sure was. We make up these things that we'll either be sure to accomplish, or we make up some New Year's resolutions that we know we'll never accomplish. They're just wide open goals, right? And most of the time when we do a New Year's resolution, it's probably some kind of personal improvement. I'm going to lose 10 pounds, or I'm going to change my hair color, or whatever it is that we're going some New Year's resolution. I'm going to try to do things better and different because I need to be better. But what if we made a list for the new year about the things that we must do? What would that list look like? Things that we have some kind of compulsion about. Things that I must do. The Council of Bishops of the United Methodist Church has made a list of 4 things that they say that we as United Methodist people, as the inheritors of the great Wesleyan tradition, must do. It's our must-do list. It's pretty impressive. It's big thinking. Number 1, combating the diseases of poverty by improving health globally. And we do that. We are a big contributor to and a big supporter of a program called Nothing But Nets. And we give insecticide-treated netting all over Africa that they hang around the beds of children, and it is drastically reducing the illness rate and the death rate in malaria. This church is doing that. We're doing it every single day. Nothing But Nets. If you want to give a contribution, you can go on the web. We're partnered with the MBA. It's the only time we've ever gotten off our duff and partnered with anybody. It's a great, great project. Number 1 on the must-do list, combating diseases of poverty and improving global health. We can do this as Methodist people. Number 2 on our must-do list, come up by the bishops, is engage in ministry with the poor. Hallelujah. Not just giving things to the poor, but engage in ministry with the poor. That's a lot harder because that's hands-on. We do that here in lots of ways. We host folks in this great facility of ours with the Cumberland Interfaith Hospitality Network, mostly young moms who are getting back on their feet. We regularly invite people into our church for support and nurture. We partner with Person Street United Methodist Church, and we've already fed hundreds of people this fall with feeding program there. Fed 75 on Thanksgiving. Isn't that great? Street people, folks with nothing. And we treat them with dignity. And we invite them in, and there's a nice table set with a nice tablecloth and a decoration on it, and say, what can we do for you today? Let's talk together. Give them the gift of dignity. And many of them now bring their friends. And that's engaging with the poor in ministry. That's one of the things we must do. The third of the list that our bishops have given us of things we must do is creating new places for new people and revitalizing existing congregations. And we are right in the midst of number 3, revitalizing this congregation. Look at all the folks who are here. Had almost 180 people on Christmas Eve. It was fabulous. Thought we were going to run out of communion cups. Had Ms. Hale running out the side door fixing us some extra ones. God bless. That's the kind of problems we want. We want you to have to come early and get a parking place here. We're revitalizing this congregation. And 4, developing principal Christian leaders for the church and the world. So many of our leaders have fallen in our eyes, haven't they? And if we're going to lead in this world, we need to identify these young people and identify these teenagers and identify these young adults who are in our midst and invest in them and give them the gifts of leadership and support them so that they will be excellent leaders in our world. Hallelujah. So that's their list of what we must do. What's your list? What's your list of what you must do? Your calling.